Hey, blessed love family. It's your brother Gabriel Selassie, also known as Brother Octavius. Here today with the beginning of teaching the Amharic language. For those who may not know, Amharic or Amarinya is an Ethiopian language. And so with that, we will begin to touch on Amharic for those who may want to know. So I actually wrote a book on how to teach yourself Amharic. It is available on Amazon. The name of it is Concise Amharic Language for Beginners. You can find it by that way or by searching my name, Octavius Fikr Moss. So I actually wrote this book because I too myself taught myself how to read and write this language by the grace of God. So all my notes that I was taking and teaching myself was actually compiled into this book. The actual title in Amharic for the book, as you can see here, it would be pronounced Meseretawi, Yamarinya, Kwankwa, Lejamari Watch. So that would be the concise, the Meseretawi, Yamarinya, Kwankwa is the Amharic language or language of the Amhara. Le Jamari Watch, Le for Jamari Watch is beginners. So what I would like to do, excuse me, is give the brief introduction, and then we will actually just go into the Fidel or the alphabet, the table, and we will go through on how to pronounce the Fidel, and that's what we're going to do today. So again, this is the Amharic language. Amharic language is indigenous to Ethiopia. As I mentioned a moment ago, it is considered to be a more or less a more developed form of Giz, which is known or also known as Ethiopic. Giz, according to some scholars, is the oldest known spoken and written indigenous language of Africa, and it is also the current liturgical language of the Ethiopian Tewahedo Church. Brief history about Ethiopia is the only country in Africa, or what we call Africa, never to be successfully colonized. So with this, Ethiopia has retained its original language and languages. Amharic is the official language of the media and government in Ethiopia. It is also considered an Afro-Semitic language. It is the second most spoken Semitic language in the world, the first being Arabic. So the Amharic Fidel or the alphabet has 33 basic, or what I would call basic characters, with 7 to 12 different consonant vowel or single vowel variations. There's also a 34th Fidel, which represents the Roman letter, or some may say uh, the Latin letter V, for words that were adopted from other languages. Also, the Amharic language runs from left to right, meaning you read it from left to right, the same way you would do English. To the right side of the screen here, you will see the punctuation marks. So you'll see some here, but there are some punctuation marks that are no longer in use. So I didn't include those in the book. So right here to the right is would be lesson one of the book of the concise Amharic language for beginners. So lesson one is the Fidel, because everything is based on this. If you can't recognize the Fidel, able to pronounce them, then what will end up happening is, you if you've seen this, you would just look at it because it meant nothing to you. Or if you may have been able to hear something but see it, you know, we're trying to make sure that we're literate in all that we do. Um, you know, there was a saying before, you know, if you want to hide something, you know, put it in a book. So we as a people will become literate, um, as well as take ownership to what is ours. This is something that's indigenous to our people. This is ours. So the Amharic Fidel is usually presented in a grid form with the vowels in the horizontal axis and the consonants in the vertical. So that's what you would see um, to your right side of the screen. The horizontal, you know, the one that runs up and down, those are your consonant sounds. What I have beside, I have the name of that Fidel as well as its consonant sound. To the right, or what runs vertical, at the very top, you will see it says vowel sounds and the order. So you would see this is the first order, second order, third order, fourth order, fifth, sixth, seventh. Again, and I told there were other orders. So some consonants appear more than once within the Fidel. For example, the Fidel, which corresponds with or to the English letter H, appears 4 times. Now, in the Giz, these the sounds were different as Amharic developed more. These Fidel became interchangeable, sounding, you know, very similar, if not just similar. In these letters, each word has a preferred spelling. Other consonants have a more explosive or glottalized sound, meaning like coming from the throat. These sounds do not have an English equivalent sound as they sound sharp. So, for example, we have this word here. So when looking at this particular Fidel, we see that it is pronounced a k, like a k, like you have a small explosion from like the back of your throat. This is how we get the word red. It's k, like k with te 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 tena tena. That's health. So this particular Fidel um was pronounced differently. Some pronounced it as with a T and a SH sound. For example, uh, like the te and the she together, giving it like the che. But some now just says like ch, like as in chair, like chi, or some may say she, like shy, like for T. In the Amharic is shy. So that is that. The se and se, these two are also interchangeable, as where you can see I have the sehai and sehai. So both say in English would correspond to like the sun, but as you see, the letters were interchangeable. So what we will do is go through the Fidel chart, going by line on and the consonant sound as well as the vowel sound. So in the Amharic, your vowel sounds would be eh, as in at or cat, u, as in like boo, e, as in like the key sound, ah as in father. You have a as in like hey, like a, I as in it. Sometimes this isn't pronounced, this order, the sixth order, and o as in o. This over here is saying that this order has a consonant sound with a wa sound right behind it. Like this one is lua. Like it is the Fidel Lawi in the ninth order, and it is lua, like lua, lua. The Maui is like moi. So that is how those are pronounced. So we will start with the first Fidel, which is the Hoi. The Hoi has the H consonant sound. So in our first order, the Hoi would be pronounced ha, ha. The second order, hu, hu. The third order, he, he. The fourth order, ha, ha. The fifth order, hey, hey. The sixth order, he, he. And the seventh order, ho, ho. So from here on out, I will just give the consonant sound, and then I would just go straight through each vowel sound with their order. The second Fidel is the Lawi. La, la, lu, lu, li, li, la, la, le, le, li, li, lo, lo. So I'm also saying it twice just so you can hear the sound twice. Uh, just to clarify. So the Lawi, the first order is la. It's not la la. It's just la. I'm just saying it twice, just for you to be able to hear it a second time and not just run through it once. The third Fidel is the Hawit. Ha, hu, he, ha, he, he, ho. Again, ha, hu, he, ha, he, ho. Next, we have the mai, which has the M consonant sound. Me, mu, mi, ma, me, mi, mo. Again, me, mu, mi, ma, me, mi, mo. Our next Fidel is the South with the S consonant sound. Se, su, si, sa, se, si, so. Again, se, su, si, sa, se, si, So again, as I said, the ninth order, it will be that consonant sound with the wa sound behind it. So for the fidel that we just did, this one would be swa, swa. Now for our next fidel is the ris. Some may say ris, ris, which is the R consonant sound. Re, ru, ri, ra, re, ri, ro. Again, this time without rolling the R. Re, ru, ri, ra, re, ri, ro. Our next fidel is the sat with the S consonant sound. Se, su, si, sa, se, si, so. I say it one more time. Se, su, si, sa, se, si, so. Our next fidel is the shot with the SH consonant sound. She, shu, she, sha, she, she, sho. Again, she, shu, she, sha, she, she, sho. Our next fidel is the kaf. That's one of those glottal sounds, the glottal fidel. So this is the kaf. So you would see this in English transliteration, sometimes spelt with a K or a Q. So the first sound for this fidel in the order is ke, ku, ki, ka, ke, ki, ko. Again, ke, ku, ki, ka, ke, ki, ko. The next fidel is actually bait. I apologize. I see a typo where there should have been this fidel, the bait, here before this the tawi. But this would be a B consonant sound. Be, bu, bi, ba, be, bi, bo. Again, be, bu, bi, ba, be, bi, bo. So for our next fidel, it is the tawi. It is the T consonant sound. Te, tu, ti, ta, te, ti, to. Again, te, tu, ti, ta, te, ti, to. Our next fidel is the chawi. This has the CH consonant sound. Che, chu, chi, cha, che, chi, cho. Again, che, chu, chi, cha, che, chi, cho. Our next fidel is the harm. It has the H consonant sound, and it would be ha, hu, he, ha, hey, he, ho. Again, ha, hu, he, ha, hey, he, ho. The next fidel is the nehas. It has the N consonant sound. Ne, nu, ni, na, ne, ni, no. Again, ne, nu, ni, na, ne, ni, no. The next fidel is the nyajas. So that fidel has the same double N sound as in Spanish, like when you say mañana. So it's the nyejas. Is how I can, the best way I can explain it. So this first one would be pronounced nye, new, ni, nya, nye, nye, nyo. Again, nye, ni, excuse me, new, ni, nya, ne, nye, nyo. So our next fidel is the aleph, which it doesn't have a consonant sound, which means it is just pronounced by the order that it's in. So a, u, e, a, e, o. Again, a, u, e, a, e, o. Our next fidel is the kaf. It is pronounced with the K consonant. Ke, ku, ki, ka, ke, ki, ko. Again, ke, ku, ki, ka, ke, ki, ko. Our next fidel, it has a KH consonant sound. So this is coming from like the back of the throat, not as explosive as the K, but it is like k, like a k, cough. So the first one is ka, yukirata, ke, ku, ki, ka, ke, ki, ko. Ke, ku, ki, ka, ke, ki, ko. So it is different, it's pronounced differently from the kaf, from the kaf, and from the kaf. So those are the three um, ones that they sound similar, but it's depending on how the pressure comes from the throat. if it's released, if it's explosive, or if it's just neutral. So please take the time to understand the difference. Listen to the difference, practice on the differences, because pronouncing it wrong could lead to a wrong word. So our next fidel is the wawi, which is the W consonant sound. Weh, woo, we, wa, way, we, wo. Again, weh, woo, we, wa, way, we, wo. Our next fidel is the ain. This, just like the alf, does not have a consonant sound. So it is just pronounced as the vowel sounds that it is. E, u, I, A, E, I, O. Again, E, U, I, A, E, I, O. Our next fidel is the Z. This has the Z consonant sound. Z, Zu, Z, Za, Z, Z, Zo. Again, Z, Zu, Z, Za, Z, Z, Zo. Our next fidel is the J. So this is like the French J, as in like Jean Paul. you know, that's the best way I can explain it. So you would have that French J sound. So it's like a Z and a J together. So you had J, Ju, J, Ja, J, J, Jo. Again, J, Ju, J, Ja, J, J, Jo. Next fidel is the Yemen. It has the Y consonant sound. Yeah, you, ye, ya, ye, ye, yo. Again, yeah, you, ye, ya, ye, ye, yo. Our next fidel is the Dant. This has the D consonant sound. Da, do, di, da, de, di, do. Again, da, do, di, da, de, di, do. Our next fidel is the Jant. It has the J consonant sound. J, Ju, G, Ja, J, G, Jo. Again, J, Ju, G, Ja, J, G, Jo. So our next fidel is the Gemel. This has the G consonant sound. This is to the left of the screen. Ge, gu, gi, ga, ge, gi, go. Again, ge, gu, gi, ga, ge, gi, go. Our next fidel is the tayet. This has the T, as though it's like a small explosion through the teeth, like a T instead of like a T. So a T. So we will have te, tu, ti, ta, te, ti, to. Again, te, tu, ti, ta, te, ti, to. Our next fidel is the chayet, or as I said, how some would just say like shy, like so, like a shayet. So it has the T apostrophe sh, as I was saying earlier, like a ch. So it's like a che, chu, chi, cha, che, chi, cho. Or some may pronounce it she, shu, she, sha, she, she, sho. But the proper way is that TSH, like the che, like a che, chu, chi, cha, che, che, chi, cho. So it's like a, your tongue is going to the back of your teeth and uh pressing out the air as well. Our next fidel is the payet, which is the P consonant sound. It would be a pe, pu, pi, pa, pe, pi, po. Again, pe, pu, pi, pa, pe, pi, po. Our next fidel is the sedai, which is like a TS sound, like Sion. You know how you would see Zion spelled Tion, Sion. So that pronunciation. So it's like a se, su, si, sa, se, si, so. Se, su, si, sa, se, si, so. So the next fidel is actually the tsapa. So these are the two that's interchangeable. Again, before they were pronounced differently, but as the time um, went on, they kind of got blended. So this particular fidel is expressed like the German Z, um, which again is that TS sound. Um, so it's the tse, tsu, tsi, tsa, tse, tsi, tso. Again, tse, tsu, tsi, tsa, tse, tsi, tso. Our next fidel is the F, as some will say. It has the F consonant sound. Yeah, fe, fu, fi, fa, fe, fi, fo. Again, fe, fu, fi, fa, fe, fi, fo. Our next fidel has the P consonant sound. You would sometimes see this used when, like, you might have Fidel just spelling out like an English word, like hospital, for example. If you're seeing the word hospital, you would usually see this Fidel used in the spelling. And again, it would be pa, pu, pi, pa, pe, pi, po. Pa, pu, pi, pa, pe, pi, po. This last fidel um, is used for the consonant letter V. This is used for words that have been borrowed from other languages, like English, for example. Like you had television, spelling it out in the fidel, you would use this fidel here, again, to express that V sound. And that would be ve, vu, vi, va, ve, vi, vo. Ve, vu, vi, va, ve, vi, vo. Excuse me. So this also, when I was explaining about the sixth order, so sometimes you will get to the point where you're able to recognize where that I as an it is not pronounced all the time. That is something that we will get into later down the line. But just to go over a few key things would be the pronunciation note that I have. So for the kaf, for this fidel here, its pronunciation is generally harsh. The back part of the palate is contracted while the breath explodes outward. Let's say kaf, like a ka, like a ka, ka. So practice on that as well. Um, this fidel here, its pronunciation is nearly like TSH, um, or more so like the Y consonant sound behind the letter T, like like a T. Uh, what word has the Y consonant? A Y consonant has like a it sound. So it's the ch, like so a ch, like a time, like yeah, like time, not the watch time, but the herb. So it's most people just simply use the ch sound as in chair. Um, for those who might not be able to make that exact pronunciation, that is one way to do it. This letter here is like I was saying, the is similar to the Spanish double N, like the mañana. So that's the nya. This is a nasal fidel, and its pronunciation is similar to the French GN sound, or more like the Spanish ñ. The fidel here, this is pronounced like the German and Scotch CH behind, like in the word lack, like like that type of so this is like, as I explained earlier, this fidel sounds like the French J, like Jean-Claude. This fidel here is pronounced with an explosion of breath with your tongue pressed against your front teeth. That's the te, the te. So those are just the pronunciation notes. Um, we will get more into um, words and building words. You would see also here that is the orders and what their vowel sound is. A as in apple, or A as in cat, either way. U as in boo. I is E as in feet. A as in father. A as in say. I as in it. And O as in no. So we will get into writing. What I would recommend is get very familiar with the fidel. If you don't already have the book, my book, You can also find the Fidel chart online. I would suggest making flashcards for yourself in order to get more familiarized with not only seeing the Fidel, but writing the Fidel as well as pronouncing the Fidel, because all of this will come in handy when we get down the line. I thank you for your time. Um, I please ask that you leave comments, like, share. If there's anything that I can do better, please let me know, so we can be in this together, and we'll move forward in this journey towards that straight path. I might leave you in peace, asking that blessings be upon you and your household, and I ask that you keep us in prayer as well. May you all be blessed. One love.